Hi everybody, it's Dr. K here with Melissa Lawson, one of our writing consultants. And this is going to be a very brief training on how to use SafeAssign to look at student papers when they come into the Writing Center. So the first thing you want to do is go to your Blackboard Ultra, which I have done, and you can see it right here. And I'm going to have Melissa log in. So as the consultant, you'll want to log in. Melissa, could you do that now? So now Melissa is logged in, but she's going to walk me through this so that I ask the questions and take the steps that are necessary. So once you're logged in your Blackboard Learning, you want to click on Courses. And you're going to be looking for the one, and here it is. It's called Writing Center.
No, I have that saved as one of my favorites, and if it's not up there for you, you have to scroll all the way through all of your courses.
Yep. So we click on Writing Center. Yours may be at the bottom where I scrolled to, but as Melissa said, hers is in her favorites, so that's why it appears at the top. We click on that, and you see under Course Content, we have the consultants listed, and every consultant has a folder. We don't have the names yet. We're going to start adding the names as soon as we can, but I did put Melissa's in. So we'll click on Melissa's. You'll click on your own name. And Melissa already has a student paper uploaded. If we look at 25 just as a comparison student paper, and the due date 12/31/19 is to allow you the entire semester to upload papers. Now this one, if we click on it, we're going to see that she's uploaded several drafts, and this is what you'll be able to do. You'll be able to upload multiple drafts. So these, in this case, will not be any one particular paper. Every consultant has one assignment, and you can upload draft after draft after draft after draft of any papers from any students, because we're not grading them, we're just evaluating them for SafeAssign. So here we have the details of the latest paper. We have unlimited attempts, 6 submitted. Melissa, is this where I click if I want to see all the attempts?
Yes.
Okay, so I click right here on 6 submitted, and you can see every one. So you'll be able to see every draft that was submitted. Now, you may want, if there's an opportunity to name the thing, so it's not called Attempt 1, Attempt 2, that there's actually a title on it, so you'll be able to find it in case you need to look at a prior paper. That would be a wise idea. So we'll eventually take a look at that to see if there is. But in the meantime, we're going to close out of there. And now, if I want to, coming back in, if I want to upload a paper, what do I do?
You hit View Assessment.
Hit View Assessment
at the bottom.
So there it is, bottom link, View Assessment. And use this space to build your submission, add text, images, or files. So we add content. We can either paste content in here, or if we go over here to the plus sign, we can see insert local files, web content, or from cloud storage. So we'd be able to insert a file that way. For our purposes, I'm just going to paste in a block of text that was sent to us from a colleague. And there it is. So, do we have a way to name it? Attempts, unlimited, SafeAssign, student paper? No, we don't have a way to name it. Edit, doesn't allow it to us. Okay, so the naming doesn't seem to happen. Perhaps one of you all in the course of the semester may find the answer and let us know.
So before you hit Submit, you just want to go over to where it says Details and Information and go to SafeAssign.
Okay.
And hit Originality Report Enabled. So this
Okay.
is a feature that I already put on here, but you want to make sure both are checked. So both boxes are checked. This will allow it to go over the global reference database as well as anything else. So it'll include everything.
Okay. So we want to make sure that the papers get added to that global database so that we can see everything that it may be compared against. So make sure you do that on your first use. Submit the paper to the global reference database, and remember your choice. Once you do that, if you've checked that second box, we shouldn't have to worry about it again. All right, so we've got that enabled. We've got the text uploaded, and now all we do is click Submit.
Yep.
All right. After you submit, you can't edit this assignment. That's fine. Submit it. And we now have 7 submitted, pending submission. And we did a test run of this the other day, and what did you say it took in terms of time to get this uploaded?
Like 1 to 2 minutes.
1 to 2 minutes. So our return time should be better than in Turnitin.com. But I want to remind everybody who's watching this, who works in the Writing Center, who uses SafeAssign, that if you're consulting with a student, now is the time to start thinking about other aspects of the writing, or prepping them for how you're going to use SafeAssign. Remember, you're setting an agenda here, and you can adjust their expectations as you go by talking about what the processes are. So we've given it about a minute or two, I hope. So where do we go next, Melissa?
So you're going to go to Attempts.
Attempts?
Mm-hmm.
And click on the 7 submitted?
Yep. And then you're going to hit the 7th attempt.
Hit number 7.
So this will come up with both the paper and the SafeAssign originality report, which includes the report information, citations, and the manuscript text. So it'll show you where everything is that's matching another kind of text.
Okay. So this one says we're at low risk.
Mm-hmm. That's one of 3 categories SafeAssign uses. Low risk is under 15%. Mid risk is between 15 and 40%, and then high risk is over 40%.
All right, and this says overall 1% matches, and there's additional content somewhere here. Now, I see that nothing is actually highlighted in here to show me where that 1% is. So, what's my strategy? Do I click here?
Yes, you're going to want to click additional content, and it's going to take you to the entire report.
Okay. So less than 1% came from the internet. Oh, there it is.
So what it does is it highlights each section that it finds from another source. It highlights it in different colors, and it categorizes them based on if they're low, mid, or high risk. So you might have a high risk paper, but that's because you have a lot of low risk. You have a lot of low risk lines, so a lot of lines that are a little bit close to the text. But you also might have a low-risk paper that does also have a high-risk line that's completely taken from another source. So something like a quote.
Now, the other day you were telling me about the View Originality Report old design. Can you tell us about that if I click on that?
So if you click on the old design, it will bring you to a similar page. This is before they broke it down by color, and it's a little bit different, but what it does do that the new one doesn't do is it provides a link to the website where it's coming from.
Right here.
Yep. So if you click on the link, it'll bring you to the website where it came from, which includes...
Yep, it's a discussion board.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Which includes just the background information so we know what we're dealing with. Okay. So this will allow you to have a more extended conversation with the student about what's a quote, what's not, how is the source integrated, if it's not a quote, if it's a summary, synthesis, or paraphrase, so you'll be able to talk about and help them revise how they summarize, how they synthesize, and how they paraphrase. You can work on any documentation style that requires the in-text citation, which is all of them. So you can talk about adding a parenthetical here or using a better signal phrase, although this is a pretty nice one. So for me, it would be a matter of adding the synthesis at the end. So we're looking now at her 7 attempts, and we just want to take a look at a couple others so you see some of the differences in how the view looks. So here's an attempt made yesterday, low risk, 8%. And this was a syllabus from my class, so that they wanted to let me know that my phone number, wasn't it my phone number that was somewhere else? So we click on the additional content. It shows us, yep, there's the phone number, comes from an institutional database. So you really have to see where they're coming from, because some of the stuff is obviously not plagiarism. And again, the principle that we've talked about in the past, these originality reports, SafeAssign, Turnitin, these things, are not about detecting plagiarism, they're about detecting similarity, originality, and similarity. So you have to be able to talk about where the thing comes from in relation to where it may have originated. Some of the stuff is obviously not plagiarism. So, in fact, what it's highlighted is the accessibility services statement that all of us include in our syllabi. So that's one. It's a high-risk paper, 100%. So it's just this paragraph
That I took from a website.
that yes, she ripped it right from her website, no quotations, no anything. So here's a complete, oh my gosh, and it's pulled from a student paper. So if we wanted to see additional details on that, this is it. We're in the additional details, right?
If you want to hit the original.
The original, and then you go in, and there's another student's papers where it comes from. It doesn't tell you the name of the paper or anything like that, but it does tell you that it came from somewhere else. So this whole thing, which we know is a quote, would have to be reworked, either summarized, synthesized. Well, it would be synthesized with something else, summarized, paraphrased, or quoted. So, Melissa, is there anything else about this that we need to share with the other consultants?
No, other than the fact that it's pretty easy to use and all the information is right there. There's nothing else really challenging about it, and it's a great way to talk to students without accusing them. When students see low risk, it kind of makes them feel better rather than seeing a percentage first.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing we want to encourage, that, oh yes, there's a little bit that we can go over, but I don't want them to see like big numbers, like maybe 8 for them is a lot more than they were expecting, and they freak out. Seeing that low risk and that green check mark is kind of reassuring a little bit for them.
So one of the things I think we might want to recommend is that when you talk with a student about a paper that's been uploaded, you want to start with this low risk and what are these kind of common areas, just to assure them that they're on good ground, and then walk into the document. So, anything else?
No.
All right. If you all have any questions, you can ask me, you can ask Melissa, and we'll be happy to answer them. We'll also probably post something related to updated questions in Blackboard Ultra for the Writing Center. Thank you.